As we consider the factors that impact motivation, we need to begin by understanding what motivation is. The authors of How Learning Works put forth this definition as a starting point. Motivation refers to the personal investment that an individual has in reaching a desired state or outcome. Put another way, students' motivation generates, directs, and sustains what they do to learn. There are four primary factors that influence students' motivation: goals, values, expectancies, and environment. Let's begin by defining and understanding educational goals. Goals are a compass that guide and direct behaviors and actions. All individuals, including learners, have many goals, some of which complement one another and some of which may compete with one another. Students' goals may or may not align with your goals for them, and they may or may not align with the goals of your course. In general, students' motivation will be higher when the goals they have for themselves are better aligned with the goals you have for them. The importance of a goal is a function of its subjective value to the learner. Students are motivated to engage in behaviors to attain goals which have relatively high value to them. When multiple goals are in conflict with one another, learners need to determine which goal has the greatest value. Students are also motivated to pursue goals and outcomes that they believe they can successfully achieve. Conversely, students often will not pursue a goal if they feel they will not be successful, even if the goal that they are pursuing is of high value to them. To be motivated to pursue a particular goal, students must have a positive outcome expectancy, meaning they must expect that the actions they will take will lead to a desired outcome. Similarly, students must also possess positive efficacy expectancies. That is, students must contain a belief that they are capable of executing a course of action to achieve a particular goal. Let's briefly examine a visualization of how these factors interact to influence students' motivation and, by extension, students' learning and performance. Student motivation leads to goal-directed behavior. Remember, goals guide behaviors and actions. Motivation is a function of both value and expectancy. Subjective value helps learners prioritize goals and is positively impacted when it is aligned with the goals of a course or a particular topic. Similarly, motivation is impacted by students' outcome and efficacy expectancies. When these factors operate in harmony, motivation leads to goal-directed behavior, which in turn supports student learning and performance. If you'll recall, there is a fourth factor that influences students' motivation: environment. Put simply, learning environments that are supportive will help to positively impact students' motivation, while learning environments that students perceive to be non-supportive will negatively impact their motivation. Students' perception of learning environment will impact both the value they place on goals and their expectancy for success. In fact, researchers have explored the interactive effects of environment, efficacy, and value on motivation with 7 different possible outcomes identified. For students to be motivated, they need to have high efficacy, see value in the learning goal, and exist within a supportive learning environment. If one of these factors falters, motivation will likely diminish. At this point, it should be clear that many factors influence motivation, including both perceived value and expectancies. As instructors, there are some strategies you can use to positively influence these factors. To establish value for your students, find ways to connect materials to students' interests, provide real-world or authentic tasks, demonstrate the relevance of higher-level skills to students' future as clinicians, and consider identifying what you find value and passion in as a professional. Similarly, strategies exist to help build positive expectancies among your students. Ensure you have clear alignment between your learning objectives, assessments, and instructional strategies. Also, aim to present information at an appropriate level of challenge, provide multiple opportunities for practice, and articulate your expectations and feedback clearly.